What's the word, y'all? Today we're gonna take a look at Splice's new feature, licenses, and what it means for you, me, and anybody else in this music game that's on Splice looking for loops. All right, so here we are on Splice's blog. I'm gonna make sure that I drop a link in the comment section just so y'all kind of have that for y'all own reference, and y'all can kind of take a look at it yourself and talk about it amongst yourself. I want to look at it and see what I think about it, and honestly, if it's even gonna make a difference or change anything. What's happening a lot, I'll specifically speak for the film and TV lane. These music libraries, they don't like Splice. I'm just gonna be straightforward with you. They just don't like it. The reason why they don't like it is because there's a lot of producers and composers that come to Splice, grab them a loop, slap some drums on it, and upload the track as they own 100% of it, not realizing that while they are technically 100% legal in their rights to do so, they're not understanding that, you know, not manipulating some of these sounds, it has a kind of a crazy trickle down effect. You know what I'm saying? So here we are again. Like you can see it here. You can generate a certified license for your Splice samples. Again, like they talk about how excited they are. So for anybody who is a subscriber to Splice, you can generate you a PDF document that shows a certified license for any sample that you have downloaded from their platform. So again, what happens is, if any of you all have ever gotten those copyright strikes, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, I've gotten it before. I've gotten some copyright strikes on Instagram, and those notifications that, you know, like UMC, you know, or UMG UMG is like saying that they own the record. I'm like, y'all don't own the record. And I do research. I'm like, y'all do own this record. And all I did, I said, I play instruments. And so a lot of times, sometimes what I just do for content, especially on like platforms like Instagram, is I'll just run me a loop, go grab me one of these guitars, and I practice. I'll practice just to that, and I'll just upload kind of what I practice. Just, you know, one to kind of put some little bit of content out there, and other, honestly, I'm practicing. So it's really for me. But I've gotten those UMG kind of takedown notices, or where like they'll silence out parts of your song or whatever. That's what Splice is looking to solve here. This is what they're looking to solve here. So why do you need a certified license for your sample? So every single sample on Splice is 100% royalty free, meaning they're free to use even for commercial use. Like they said, you can download the samples on Splice, then make and release your original music with those samples, and you don't owe Splice any royalties or anything. All you have to pay is your regular subscription fee, like all of us pay, right? So this license, again, the license that your subscription grants is perpetual and non-exclusive, meaning you have rights to use the sounds that you download forever. But so does every other Splice user who has downloaded these samples through our platform. Therefore, when you want to distribute your new content created with third-party, like our creation with a third party, like DistroKid, CD Baby, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere on you know what I'm saying, this internet, you can get a license that proves that you are able to use that sample. Now, I'm gonna go big screen real quick. I don't think that these libraries are gonna care, right? They don't care. They don't care about all that specific stuff. I'm telling you, they don't care, right? The thing that they're concerned about is, if I put this track on film, on TV, is every other person that used that same loop that I used gonna come back and say that now they earn a stake in my placement? They don't care about this license. Let's look back at it though. I still think it's good for other uses, but as far as film and TV go, I don't think this even matters, man. It don't matter. But from an artist perspective, I think this is a good, so if you're an artist watching this, it's good for y'all, because y'all can prove that y'all sort of own something, right? That y'all are legally able to use this royalty-free sample. So why do you need it? We kind of talked about that a little bit. So how do hosting platforms check for copyright infringement? I'm not about to read that, because that's not, to me, that's sort of deeper in the weeds than I really wanted to go with this. Just know that if you play a sample back directly through Splice, that you might find something. Well, big screen again. I got a tip for y'all. This is a tip I wouldn't even think about, and I'm literally about to do this Like I'm not gonna actually do it live, but I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Uh, whether you have an app called SoundHound or any type of like Shazam, where you like put your phone up and you say what you play the record. That's I do that too. I do that too. Where if I'm listening to a beat or if I'm listening to a loop or something like, hey man, this is hard. Let me see if anybody's even used this or if it's out, and I'll put my phone up and I'll Shazam it just to see what comes back. Then I'll listen to the track and say, okay, this is how this person used it. Let me figure out something a little bit different. Let me figure out a different way to flip it, different way to chop it, different way to screw it, however you want to put it. What different instruments I want to add and incorporate with it to give it a completely different sound. That's what I do. So that's just a bonus tip, and I wouldn't even think about it until I saw that here, like how these people check for copyright infringement. That's just a personal check that I do, not for copyright infringement, but that I do just to see what's out there, if this sample is being used by other people. Let's go back. Let's continue. So this is how you generate the sample. So it looks like once you pull up Splice, you click on your sample. Looks like you click your little drop down buttons over here, generate sample, and they'll give you, put your full legal name, you put your moniker or your artist name, producer name, composer name, whatever you kind of go as, and then that's what it is. It's kind of look like it's as simple as that. So I think that is, the concept is dope, and I know for a fact the reason why they're doing this is because they get a ton of slack, bro. Splice get a ton of slack, bro. Now the last part I'm gonna cover with this part is how much does it cost to generate this sample or this license, excuse me, and it's free. So you can generate as many licenses as you want with any combination of sounds in your library. The only condition is that you need to have downloaded the sample or samples using credits from your Splice account. It says, don't worry, the system doesn't let you generate a license for samples that you don't have rights for, which I think that's even kind of silly to say because it seems obvious, but they have a licensing FAQ. So, I mean, I figured we could just take a look at that too. And real quick too, if y'all have any questions about how this might apply to you, or like you just want to have a quick little conversation just back and forth with me about what this might mean for you, even if you don't make music for film and TV, man, drop that comment, bro. Let's have that conversation. Because for me, that's the whole point of why I'm on this channel, bro. Like, I'm not going to give you the same content that everybody else is giving. Now, folks is going to come in and take the idea. I don't care. Like, because my point is I'm not trying to be this big famous person, bro. Not on YouTube, at least. That ain't, right now, YouTube ain't paying me nothing. So I can say whatever I want. I ain't got no sponsors. Y'all hearing this from me. Y'all hearing this from me and who I am. So, again, man, if y'all want to have a conversation about, this is cool, this is stupid, this is dope, this is tight, whatever that might be, man, let's talk about it, bro. Let's jump back into some of these FAQs, though. So they talking about, let me see, it says, are all sounds on Splice royalty free? We know the answer to that is yes. Are they non-exclusive? It says, yes, you do have non-exclusive license to each sound that you own, meaning others can also use the same sounds as you without infringing on any new recording or creative works you create using the sound, and vice versa. The problem that I'm going to see with this, though, honestly, is who we going to send these documents to? Who are y'all going to send these documents to? Who you going to send these documents to? I don't expect Splice to answer that question because it'll be almost impossible, because as many DSPs that are out there, as many different avenues as it is to upload music and whatever, it'll be almost impossible for Splice to address every single individual situation. Which is why I say, holla at me. I got time. Let's go back at it. Can I use sounds from Splice for commercial use? Obviously, the answer is yes here. But again, it's not whether you can or can't do it. That's not what this conversation is, y'all. The conversation is what the perception is for these bigger companies that want to use your music for film and TV, right? The perception is they just want original music. I know y'all done heard some of these beats on TV and be like, I know I can make it. I got something harder than that. I got something harder than that. I done said that. How many times? Bro, we just won the AFC championship. Yeah, I'm a Chief. Go Mahomes. my boy. You know how much music I heard last night that I was like, I could do that. I'm about to go on. Let me pull up FL right now and get to cooking. It's not always the hardest beats that make it on TV. It's the original content that makes it on TV. Remember that. Little gem right there. Where can I get the license? The proof of license for my sample. So again, we talked about that already. Just you hit that, the 3 vertical dots, you click generate license, bam, boom, bam, you in the game. Can I use Splice sounds in more than just music, like video games, film, or games? Now we getting into my lane. So it says, yes, you can. Let's see, both commercially and not commercially in the following ways. So a new recording or creative works. A new recording is defined as combined with other sounds in new music production. Creative works is in any various other projects, including video games, film, TV, radio, live performances, and vlogs. Used either in isolation as sound effects, loops, and or sound mixes. Splice is telling you that you can use this mug any way you want to. And they're right. That's how they designed the platform. The problem is not Splice. The problem is these individuals. It's us. It's us. We're the problem in how we use these samples. So I have nothing against loops, bro. We done had this conversation time and time again. I ain't got nothing against no loops. I got something against the way that y'all use the loops, because y'all messing up for everybody else that actually are really going here chopping and flipping these loops up and making something really dope. You know what I'm saying? So I would say if you want to do this, if you really want to use Splice, in my head, bro, take time with your music. Take time with your samples. If y'all really want to use this, if y'all really want to use Splice, understand that you have to manipulate. You have to do some rearranging. You got to do some chopping, some filtering. Don't just drop it down, you know what I'm saying, 2 semitones, up 2 semitones. Don't reverse it. That's simple stuff. You got to think outside the box when you manipulating these samples, because everybody on YouTube is saying that, bro. You got to think outside the box. Do something different with them samples. Can I sell a beat or instrumental I made using Splice? Obviously, we know the answer to that is unequivocally yes. What are the limitations of my license to use sounds from Splice? So here's a couple of limitations here. So what we have here, so first we have, what are the limitations of this license and how can we not use these sounds? So again here, sub-license, basically all that means is that like you can't use these one-shots or loops in isolation, like by themselves. I can't grab me a drum loop and that be the drum loop that I use and that's it. You cannot do that. You have to build something around these loops, around these piano loops, around these guitar loops, around whatever it is. Just build something around it. That's what the sub-license piece means. Next, we talking about use sounds in a way that's competitive to Splice or its licensors, like redistributing them in a new sample pack. So, big screen, you can't use Splice loops in your own sample packs. People, they shouldn't have to tell y'all that. Why on God's green earth would they have a subscription fee for you to take their stuff, reflip it, and sell it to somebody else for $20 a month? You can't do that, bro. They shouldn't have to outline that, but the fact that they do lets me know that people have done this before. Y'all here? Y'all here is taking loops off Splice and reselling them. Y'all dirty, bro. That's dirty. Y'all dirty. All right. So, and the other part is use the name, image, or likeness of the artist or creator associated with the sound in any way without the artist's express written permission. That also should be a given, bro. So like if I'm gonna use, I can't go into like a Fouché's sample pack, use her loop, and then put her face on the cover of my album or the face on the cover of my single, or even use her name that, this is the vocal piece that I use from her, right? I can't do that, bro. You can't either. Like that should be common sense. But again, people are doing it. They got a couple terms of use. You might want to check that out, y'all. I ain't gonna look at it because I don't use Splice that way, so I don't have to worry about it personally. But understand that they spell all of this stuff out for y'all for a reason. Know the platform that you're using. Know the rules and regulations of these platforms, and approach this stuff accordingly, bro. All right, let's see. This music made in Splice sound fall within the public domain, like Creative Commons. So it says the public domain license to the CCO is not appropriate if not used not exclusively. Okay. Why would anybody do that? So what do you mean by not being able to use the likeness of an artist? I just talked about that. Do I lose a license if I cancel my account? Nope. Let's see. So as long as you generate that license, if y'all plan on lapsing Splice, just generate licenses for every sound you got. Get you a nice little folder, bucket the mugs up, and you straight. You can keep that. We don't restrict. Can I register my creative works for a copyright? Now we getting too deep in the weeds. I'm done. I'm not about to keep going on that because that's a lot of information. That's a lot of information there. So let me know if this video was helpful, y'all. Sorry if it was a little long and drawn out, and sorry that it ain't no beats on this one. They coming. There's gonna be time and place for them videos, and right now ain't the time nor the place. I'm here to let y'all know more information about what's available for y'all. All right. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to your boy's channel. I'm going to keep doing this, y'all. I'm going to keep dropping them. I'm going to keep giving y'all my perspective. You know what I'm saying? Again, I ain't a YouTube affiliate. I'm not getting paid for these videos. Ain't nobody telling me what to say. Ain't nobody telling me how to say it. Y'all getting this from me. Y'all just getting this raw from me. You know what I'm saying? This is just kind of my honest thoughts, my honest opinions about these platforms and these different topics that I'm bringing to y'all. So yeah, man, if you enjoyed it again, let me know in the comment section below, bro. I appreciate y'all for real, for real. Peace.